We're live, baby. Welcome to the We Stomped You Out show. After a 1 week absence, we're back. The fellas are back, and we've got a victory to talk about, which is exciting. How many victories have we talked about in this show? We should go back and look to see, since we've been doing it, how many wins.
In
It
three
feels good
seasons.
to be proud. It feels
Yes.
good to wear it this week.
Yes.
Pride after a W.
Finally,
Oh.
it's about to go on a not
Wonderful.
suitable for work rant there. But I'm Steve. As always, I got Timmy right over there.
What
Timmy,
up, what up,
how's
what
it
up, what up?
going?
It's going, man. It's going. It's a W, and I'll take it any way I can get one. And
Don't do in him, Timmy.
let's pray to the football gods we can get one this week.
There we go.
This is the one that I want, but we'll obviously get to that. Rodriguez, what's going on, man? How's it hanging?
It's hanging a little bit to the left, but we're good. Yeah, everything's fine.
Little left. All right. So, as we talked about, a lot of stuff going on in the NFL this week, but let's focus in on our New York Football Giants and the victory that we got. As we headed to
pure
Nolans. Pure joy.
You know what I'm talking about.
Pure joy. Yeah. Oh, see.
Pure What?
So, Timmy, again, we typically send this over to you, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I
That's what
mean,
he does.
Danny Dimes, first career over 400 yards. What'd you see that was, dare I say, great this week? I might, the good, bad, and the ugly. Maybe there's a little great in there too.
Oh, that's easy. There's one word that can sum it all up: protection.
Yes.
That's it. Protection. Look what happens when you protect your quarterback. The guy throws for 400 yards. Yes, he had an interception. Big deal. Brett Favre had a lot of interceptions.
But that was on the Hail Mary. Yeah,
exactly.
Don't count.
Not really a
That
big deal.
doesn't count. That doesn't
Yeah.
count.
But this is what happens when you don't let your quarterback get smashed. This is what happens when you have more than 3 seconds to throw a ball. And he was putting lasers out there, people. Lasers. And that
He
one
can
shot,
throw.
that one pass to Ross was phenomenal. It sucks that he didn't get the credit for that, did he? Because wasn't it a 52-yard pass, fumble, then recovered by Ross in the end zone? So he didn't get it. He didn't get the touchdown, which
Yeah,
sucked.
he would have had 50 some odd fantasy points if he would have gotten that one.
Exactly.
He
The
was
defense,
killing it.
they stepped up, and then for the first time, down by 10. When the Giants get down by 10, you're like, that's it, they're done. Usually it's steamrolls, but this time they hung in, they fought back, and thank goodness. Stupid Saints, to hell with them and their hurricane-laden city.
That's what it was. It was like the emotional stuff. That the return home, the emotion. First game back with no Drew Brees. Brees, hanging it up with his new hair. And so, but that was my thought. The Giants could get steamrolled in this if it's a good Jameis game.
Mm-hmm.
But Timmy, was it more of a not so good Jameis game or just a better defensive showing by the Giants than we've seen?
I would love to say it was a phenomenal defense, but it was a little bit of both. It was a little bit of both. But the defense did step up again, like you said. They made stops when they had to. Thank goodness. They still have a lot of work to do, though. Again, no pass rush. Pass rush is I just can't believe how bad the pass rush is. It's just non-existent at this point. And I don't know how you have that going with 5 guys, 6 guys, and not one of them can get to the quarterback. But, hey, whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it any way I can get it at this point. I'll take a 3-0. I'll take a 2-0 safety win at this point this week. So, let's go.
Yeah, and this week could be high scoring. Yeah, this could be a big offensive game coming up. Rodriguez. Timmy mentioned the line. The line was holding up as Timmy's suggesting his hair, which I can't do. But the line was holding up. There was even an overhead shot. Timmy, we talked about it yesterday on the NFL show, but an overhead shot of Danny Dimes with nobody in the immediate 3 to 4 feet around. And somebody said, "Was that Photoshop? That's the Giants." So And then Thomas is playing up to what we thought he would be as a draft pick. He's one of the best in the league right now. But talk about the importance of that line, and then what you saw out of Daniel Jones.
Well, what you saw at Danny Jones was because, like Timmy said, he got protection. Okay? They were pancaking guys. The Giants' offensive line was taking people up and picking them up and slamming them down. When has that happened in the last 3 or 4 years? Like, almost never. These guys were man beasts on Sunday. I mean, but no one's saying about Saquon. Mr. Saquon Barkley. However, I'm going to say it. I'm going to mess up his name every single week, but I'm going to say it. You know who I'm talking about. This guy started running again. He was hitting the hole. He was making the cuts. He's not worried about himself, so the Giants should not be worried about him and let him play. If that guy comes to play every week with the development of these wide receivers of last week, guys are stepping up. You know, got Shepard on the IL. I think he should be back this week, right, Shepard? I'm counting on him to be back. He's 15 points.
He participated. I know.
Our do not practice list was atrocious today. People panicking all over the place.
Oh my God!
But it's Wednesday, people, and it's not doubtful. It just says did not practice or practice lightly, which was
it doesn't
half the
matter
team.
Till tomorrow, right?
Which was half the team, by the way. No,
tomorrow's the big. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I mean, that's when they talk about it, right?
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be the big because Timmy, like the Wednesday.
Thomas is limited. Peppers was limited. Saquon was limited. They were all limited or just did not practice. Did not practice doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
I mean,
Wednesday they did a walkthrough.
Yeah. Burris didn't practice for 2 years, and he was, he was fine for us.
A bullet.
It's pretty much just giving them more rest, so they don't have to practice. I guess it's a sneaky way of limiting their practice time.
Yeah, could be,
and just giving them a chance to heal a little bit. But
little load management.
They look good, man. They look really, really strong. And as long as that offensive line stays strong like that and bullies people, give Danny Dimes 3 seconds and he throws 50 and 60-yard passes on a line. I mean, that was beautiful to see. That guy would have held on to that pass. It was a beautiful thing. So we got
Saquon did.
There. And
Saquon held on to that pass. That was a 52-yarder, right? Or somewhere around that 52, 54.
Saquon is vicious, man.
A friend of mine who was also on the chat, he texted either Danny Dimes throws 400 miles per hour or the receivers can't catch. And I wrote he throws hard, but Ingram can't catch either. So it's a combination of both.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both for sure. We don't have the most sure-handed receivers.
Right, and it is mostly Ingram. I know Slayton had that painful drop.
Slayton has one bad drop a game, and that's too many.
Yeah, yes.
He'll catch 5, 6 for 70, 80 yards, but it's that one that he frickin' drops that always kills us. Ingram just drops everything. So
everything. I don't understand. I don't get it.
Isn't he one of the best pass catching tight ends out there? Right?
He was supposed to be.
You would pick him, So
that's why people are scared. That's why some people are scared of Pitts because Ingram was supposed to be that guy, and
exactly.
We'll see. But speaking of injury report, let's go through. Both Thomas and Williams were upgraded to limited in today's practice after that walkthrough yesterday. It's not looking good for Peppers, is what they're saying as of right now. But again, to Rodriguez's point a little bit earlier, tomorrow's a big day of getting through. Caden Smith is also on the report. Shepard, Darius Slayton, obviously, both hamstring injuries. Saquon's all good. I mean. Look what Daniel did. I mean, Jones threw for over 400 yards without these guys. Let's. I would love to see both teams at full strength. Troy Aikman. Did you hear his comments today? He was on. I don't know what show he was on.
I hate him so much.
Which Troy Aikman could say something that is accurate, and I'll hate it still because I hate Troy Aikman.
Absolutely.
But he said and then he walked it back as he was thinking it. I think he said, the Giants. Well, in my opinion, the Giants are not in the class of the Cowboys, and he's calling the game. That's the announce crew that we're gonna have on. Troy Aikman should not be allowed to call the Cowboys Giants.
Wow.
Or a Cowboy.
Wow.
He's
No,
a
he should
homer.
be. He should be. So when we beat them, he can swallow it on national TV. He can suck it up.
He's always high when he's doing these shows, these broadcasts. Anyway, you see how bright red his.
He's got goldfish eyes like this.
And they're just bright red. They're bloodshot bright red.
Hey, he could bear a little bit of the old Ralph Kiner type of thing.
You never. Yes.
Ralph Kiner drank on the air? Really?
He definitely needed to in those, especially those early years.
Those jackets.
Oh, weren't they so beautiful back in the day? The plaids, the lines going all over the place.
Even as a non-Mets fan, waiting for Kiner's Corner to come on after like a hot summer doubleheader just to watch how shit-faced he was such a joy. It was such a joy.
After a doubleheader, man, because he kept going. The first game, he was all right. The second game, he was done.
Never, yeah. I do have a feeling. I know. We'll talk baseball real quick. I do have a feeling that your announcer might have had some of the sauce on some of the sauce the other day with that call with the Stanton home run. Have you heard it, Timmy?
Yeah.
The funniest part is when he says, "What did I see wrong there? He's on first base. What did I do there?"
Well, John Sterling is famous for that. And there's nothing worse when you're listening on the radio and you're like, "Oh, it's like a gun." No, so home run. Single like, what? What are you talking about? I almost swerved off the road celebrating, and it's a single.
Oh my god.
All right, so let's touch upon a couple of quick hitters here from last week. Thank you to the Chiefs beating the Eagles. The Jets couldn't let us have our day. They had to come up with a victory of their own.
Oh, come on.
I know, but you know.
Come on. Be nice.
It reminded me of last year. Who did we?
We're not like that.
Oh, Seattle. You remember when we went to Seattle? We beat Seattle, and it was a big upset. And then here come the freaking Redskins. They beat the Bucks the same day. Come on, man. Yeah, let us have our thing.
We get no glory. We get 5 minutes of glory in SCN.
We act like we've won before. That's all. With the Giants.
Yes. Very true. Very true. The Cowboys, they beat the Panthers. I don't know if we know what the Panthers are going to eventually be here, but they look pretty damn solid. They just added Gilmore, and they're seemingly going to get McCaffrey back in the next week or two here. So legit win there. Obviously, we pulled it out in Nolans. Browns held the Vikings to 14-7. The Lions pissed off Timmy last week. Bills rolled over the Texans. The Dolphins lost again in what's becoming like ridiculous. Rodriguez, how we're surrounded by Dolphin fans down here. I'm starting to hear the crying of we picked Tua, but Herbert was still on the board. What in the world?
Now, after all the crying for Tua, after all the crying and the money for Tua, now they're miserable. Tua, he's too little. He can't see over the lineman. Tua.
Yeah, but Breeze had that, but it's like Herbert and Tua right now are on different planets.
Look, the guy had his leg.
That's what it is.
The guy had his leg detached from his body. You don't make him your future quarterback. I'm sorry.
Right.
You just don't. You just don't do it.
But
if he turns out to be great, fine. But you don't make him your first round pick or like, that's the guy who's going to lead our team into the future after his knee was over there and his ankle was over there.
Yeah. And then he had a hip thing.
And then we had to put him back together again.
Yeah.
You don't do that shit.
He's barely 6'2", barely 6 feet 6'2", maybe that guy. He's a little guy, man. He needs to be.
Of course, he's going to have his ribs broken.
Well, I heard something today. I wanted to ask you guys real quick. I know it's non-Giants, but they were talking about Mac Jones and how if you had to redraft this past class, does he go number one? I think he does go number one. I think he's starting for Jacksonville as of if they redraft this last class.
Poor
even
guy.
Though, even though Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be, God, so far.
I do think I had my reservations with this. Yeah, That's see that's the thing. That's what Eli didn't want to do in San Diego. Yeah. So, but if you're asking me if I had to absolutely redraft today, yeah. But I was going in on Bill Simmons, who was like, this is the second coming of Tom Brady and all this stuff. Like, pump the brakes on that. But, yeah. I mean, if you got Belichick in that defense.
Yeah, I was saying the second part of the question is he that good, or is he a product of Josh McDaniels and Bill Belichick? That's the major question. I still think he's probably the best quarterback coming out of that class, but I also think he benefits from Josh McDaniel and Belichick.
But Tom Brady is a product of McDaniel and Belichick.
Oh yeah.
So if they learn long enough, maybe they just become that. Imagine if that tandem gets this guy to become a star. I'm not saying he's going to be the next Brady, but just a star. These are the true quarterback whisperers at that point.
I think they can. You don't think they can? They how many quarterbacks have they had since Brady that have actually played well? Most of them actually.
Yeah.
So they can do it.
That was for Terzio.
Yeah, I'm predicting 10 years from now, Archie Manning's playing for the Giants, playing against Mac Jones for the Patriots, and upsetting them.
That would be awesome
in the Super Bowl.
We'll have this elite wide receiver who will call a low scoring game, and Black's playing defense, that kind of thing. And then the battles out west have been just incredible. Seahawks went into San Francisco, beat the 49ers there. The Cardinals just wrecked the Rams, 37-20. They're 4-0, and that continues to be an elite division. But I've said this before. Even if you think that the division is going to be the best in the NFL, it's also conceivable that the winner of that division is like 10-7. Because you're battling against each other, very evenly matched. Just because I'm not going anywhere where I'm going to say the NFC East is a good division. All I'm saying is that when you got evenly matched teams within the division, they're going to have close to 500 record. Nobody's really going to run away with it, unless somebody does. Steelers continue to look old. Thank you, Rodriguez. Steelers continue Ben just looks like a shell of himself. Like he should be done now. If they had a decent,
he looks like he's 65 years old.
He looks. How many? What is he, 6 years younger than Brady? But he looks 20 years old. He's running around there like he's 20 years older.
He looks like Dennis Quaid any given Sunday. Dennis Quaid, the way he just looked old and broke. That's how he looks.
Yes. And then the Chargers on Monday night, they beat the Raiders 28-14 pretty handily. So let's get into our week 5, and then we'll talk about the Giants and Cowboys real quick. Keys to victory, keys to our victory.
It's the same keys all the time, dude.
Shut up, Kyle. Kyle.
Is Kyle here already?
No, he's not in it. No, but he was earlier. He was being a
Terzio. You're not sorry for the loss, and second of all, it's loss. SS, not LST.
Terzio, don't screw up on the spelling if you're gonna attack.
You're gonna come at me spelled correctly.
Oh my god.
All right, so let's get to this week's slate here.
Wait. You know what I like? I like the fact that it's Timmy versus Terzio. It's two T's. It just flows. The Timmy versus
T2.
Terzio feud.
T2.
Hey, he started it.
He did. Terzio, you kind of did, but I Terzio watches every single show. We appreciate that, but
100%.
Lay off the poor guys. We did set the record, Timmy. I told you, Mets most amount of days in first place, and then finishing with a losing record. So we're all on the golf course right now. So
the difference is, did I come on your show and
no.
and you make fun of you? And
you will never do that. I know
exactly. I won't.
That's why you're our favorite Yankee.
I won't.
That's why you're a favorite Yankee fan. And we told that Terzio.
How many times have I said it?
But until that third out comes and the Yankees actually win, that's when I will talk my shit. Other than that, I don't care if it's
that's smart.
If we're up 45-0 in the ninth with 2 outs, I still won't talk shit until that last out goes. Then I can run my mouth a little bit.
Yeah, we're scared to talk before the outcome. All right, so let's get.
Sergio, I know you just messing around, dude. We're just playing around. We're just playing around. It's all good. It's all in fun.
You know that where's the wife joke?
Eric, I have no favorite Red Sox. As far as I'm concerned,
oh my god,
you're a mortal enemy when it comes to the Red Sox.
How can you say?
Yeah, we haven't established that rule on this show. It's got to be an ex-wife joke as the first comment. That's our rule on Put in the Books. That's our rule on We Stomped You Out. So it's gonna be a theme.
And definitely not a Mets comment because it's the football. It's the Giants show.
Yeah.
At least say "Let's go Jets" if you want to even it out a little bit.
Oh, and he's making a whoops, I got the wrong one. Jets are going to be 2. Jets will be 2 and 3. He's calling the shot right now.
Wow.
All right, but that is not the first game that we'll talk about. The first game, the best Thursday night game so far. The Rams and the Seahawks. And again, it's we're switching gears now to Amazon Prime Video and Fox. So that's the first. Of course, they got to make it a great game here. So we'll go round robin here. Timmy, who you got in this one?
Who did I pick yesterday? Oh, of course I picked the Ramalama Ding Dongs. Come on now. You know I love my Ram team. But I still think Seattle's suspect. So I don't see Rams losing 2 in a row. They're going to be pissed off. I like them to win tonight.
Oh, that's right. Tonight is Thursday.
It's tonight for Archie.
Tonight. All right. Rodriguez, who you got in this one?
Picked.
All right. I have everything up in all the information that we need right here. You went with the Ramalama Ding Dongs. That's a clean sweep.
I sure did.
Keith also went. We'll plug Keith's picks also. He went with the Rams. So we got a clean sweeperama for the Ramalama Ding Dongs. Next up, you got that pretty shitty London game. Let's not mince words here. You got the Jets heading to London to play the Falcons. Falcons are a 3-point favorite here. I'm going with the Falcons in this one. Rodriguez also went with the Falcons.
Yeah,
this game is going to be so bad, it may restart the Revolutionary War all over again. They say, why are you sending this bullshit into our country? We don't know. We're sorry. We're sorry, England. We're sorry.
Jets will win.
They don't know, though. They don't know. So
Raul,
they don't like it.
Raul, I played it yesterday. We're good. As long as I play it on the football show, we're good to go. So,
Keith also went with the Falcons. So, second clean sweep. And I like that. I like those sweeps because this guy right here is in first place so far for the year in picks. So if you're gonna bet your money, follow this guy because this is the guy who's doing it so far this year.
You put a whammy on me so bad.
No,
that's all he's doing. He's throwing down the jinx. He's throwing down the jinx.
Douche.
Oh man.
I can't believe
I just
you
did
did
this.
that. You degenerate gambling bastard.
I just rubbed this because I'm still champ till week 17. So that's all I say.
Yeah, you
doing the picks is I love doing the pick the picks that they do on ESPN and whatnot. I love the pick segments for whatever reason. Degenerate gambler.
Because you're a degenerate gambler.
Random fact about that game: rookie quarterbacks are 0-4 in London games with a 78-point differential. Next up, we got Timmy's favorite team from last week, the Detroit Lions, heading to Minnesota to play the Vikings, who got handled. Nice, I like that a lot. Really just got handled by that team from Cleveland, only putting up 7 points, which is very unlike that team because they've got a ton of weapons. Timmy, who you got in this one?
I'll never pick the Lions ever again. Minnesota. I gave them credit last week. I'll never do that again, too.
You sure did.
Never do.
And I bet with them. I bet them with the points. So all they needed to do is lose by 9 or less.
9:30, Sergio. 9:30.
9:30.
Couldn't even do that. Couldn't even do that.
9:30 for Terzio. Mr. Rodriguez, you went with the Vikings.
Absolutely.
That's a smart move.
Vikings
Keith went with the Vikings also, as did I. Wow, clean sweep number 3. Either we're all gonna do great or we're all gonna do shitty.
We're going down together. We're going down together.
I'm blaming you for all of this, Parachi.
In a blaze of glory. All right, so here.
I didn't know he whammied you.
What is it? No whammy, no whammy, no whammy.
Timmy saw you whammy me.
All right, so next game up. This is where we're gonna split decision on this one. New Orleans heads to Washington to play the football team that used to be known as the Redskins. New Orleans is a 1.5-point favorite heading into Washington. Who do we start? I'll start off with this one. I'm gonna go with the Saints. Screw you, Washington. This is not just from the heart. They just don't have the defense that they were thought to have had coming into the season. Now that could change with the dynamic that they have over there, like that. I mean, it's something to just click and turn back on. But through 4 games, they're giving up over 30 points a game. But if you get bad Jameis, he's good for 3 interceptions, and you win. Yeah, and you win that game. So Rodriguez, we'll head down to you. Do you remember?
I think I did. I picked Washington.
You went with the Washington football former
the Washington
Redskins
football team. They graded out. They graded out just as good as the Saints, and they're at home. Yeah. So I gave them that. I gave them that because of their home. They're at home.
That's what we. I use that.
That's what we do.
I use that all the time. That's what we do when it's a pick, when it's a toss up. Keith also went with Washington. And then Timmy, who'd you go with on this one?
Yeah.
I'm going with the Saints not to lose 2 in a row, especially to the Washington team that plays football in Washington, but they're not really in Washington. They're Maryland team people. Red guys.
I guess we can relate to that. I don't know.
That's their new name. That's their new full name.
All right,
seriously, why not just call them the Maryland football team now, since they have no name? They don't play in Washington.
Why not?
I'm
saying.
I went on a road trip a long ass time ago now. It feels like it was yesterday, but it was in 2009. I went out to Fenway Park to see the Mets play the Red Sox, and then I came back down, saw the Mets play the Nationals for the first time at Citi Field. That was my first time. And on the way back, a friend of mine who is a Redskins fan said, "Do me a favor, just kind of turn in. We're in the area. It was a Sunday. It was a night game." And it was about noon. So he said, "Do me a favor, turn in. I want to get some pictures." So I turned in. I got stuck in the most horrendous traffic ever, and I hate the Redskins even more for that. I couldn't go anywhere. They were the gates hadn't opened up yet, and the lines were near the highway. Now that was back. Remember, it's toughest ticket to get, rough to get season tickets. But I was there for hours. You get out. What do you do at that point? You get out of the car. I had a football in my trunk. We just threw the football around.
That's what you get for going to an enemy's home.
I know.
That area is always like that, though. If you don't go early enough or late enough, that area by DC sucks.
Awful.
On the highway. It's terrible.
Awful.
It sucks.
All right. Next up, the second coming. Mac Jones and the New England Patriots head to Houston, where New England is a 9-point favorite on the road. Buffalo was 17.5-point favorite last week against this team, and they covered by more than double. They beat them by 40. Timmy?
Oh, yeah, definitely Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Big Mac Jones.
This is a clean sweep. Yeah, I'm just going to say it's a clean sweep. And actually, it's a clean sweep across the board, except for 2 guys on Pop Culture Pros who are seeing into their crystal ball and seeing a massive, huge upset. And that's Tony and Eric went with the Texans this week. Eric, you want to place a wager on that? I'm in this time. I gave you your free pass.
Degenerate gambler.
All right. Next up, the largest spread of the week. It's the Miami Dolphins heading to Tampa in a battle of South Florida. The Bucs are a 10.5-point favorite here. And just to save us the time, we all went with the Bucs. The entire website went with the Bucs.
Wow.
Will they cover? I think they cover.
I think they will.
10 and a half?
Dolphins are looking rough. I'm not betting on
Oh,
that, but the Dolphins are
yeah.
just looking like lost team. Gaskin is losing reps. Like he's if you don't have a quarterback who can move the ball around, your running game is going to get stuffed every time. So
That shows you that
I don't know.
we really don't know anything because he was my pick to be the breakout star
Yeah.
of the everything. Even like in fantasy and oh, this guy's going to be good this year. The Dolphins are going to be good this year. Nope, nope,
No, just tanks.
nope.
Yeah, all the build up
You just never know.
then you play the games. This is why we play the
Yeah,
games.
this is why we play the game.
And speaking of playing the games, the Bengals are 3-1. What the hell is going on here? The Bengals are 3-1, and not only that, they play the Packers, who are also 3-1, in Cincinnati. And this is surprising, but the Bengals have won 3 of their last 4 against the Packers. Does that change anybody's mind here? Let's see. I'm gonna go with the Packers in this one. I just think that they're just
Wow.
the better. I think that they're the better team. Although I can see where this can be a close kind of trap game for the Relax and the Packers. But we'll see about that. Rodriguez, who you got in this one?
This was a tough pick for me because Aaron Rodgers, that's my man. He can play. He can win games easily. But I think I
In
picked the
37
Bengals.
seconds.
I think that in 37 seconds. I think I picked the Bengals on this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they the grading system. They just look good. They look just as good as the Packers. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers can bring them back. Not this week.
And this is not the same Bengals team that we've
It's not. It's not.
seen the
They're a
last
pretty
10
good
years.
team. They're
Yep.
pretty good stat wise.
All right, Timmy, who you got in this one?
I went with the Packers. Like we said yesterday on the other show, I think all is forgiven, not forgotten, but all is not forgiven, not forgotten. That's what I meant. Everything's calm now. Everyone's going to be cool because it comes down to winning. You win, everyone's happy. I mean, look at Rodgers when they kicked that field goal to win the game. He was hugging everyone.
Yep.
He might have been whispering. He might have been whispering, "I hate you, I hate you," but they were still hugging.
Come here, fuck off, fuck off. Fuck off. but as soon as he spiked the ball, he pumped his. He pumped his. Crosby's going to come in and do his thing. So
he's a competitor, man. He's going to be competitive. What do you want from him?
He's I like that. I like the discount. I like all that stuff. I like the discount double check and the fist pumping and that kind of stuff. Should be allowed to be yourselves. You're playing a game, so don't stop on anybody's heads, Mr. Sue. All right, moving right. What a talk about degenerate, but also talk about great player. All right, so here, Timmy, I don't know if I'm going to potentially change from what I said yesterday. I might not, but I'm going to let you start off with this one. Broncos heading to Pittsburgh to play the Steelers.
I picked Pittsburgh. 1, because they're home. 2, because I do think Denver's a bunch of posers. I said they beat 3 teams. They're 3-0. Oh, those teams are 0-6. They were the Giants, the Jets, and
well, now what are they? 2-10. Those same teams that they beat.
They're still posers. And the Steelers, like I said, Harris, Claypool gets healthy. Roethlisberger, if you give him a pocket, he doesn't have to move anywhere. He'll be fine. But like I said, if he has to take a step to the left or to the right, that fat bass is going to fall down.
I think
it's unbelievable.
But I still like Najee Harris. I still like Claypool in their defense. So I will go with Pittsburgh at home.
And especially if Claypool plays, because it's an added weapon if he plays. Rodriguez, who you got in this one? Do you remember?
I think this was a painful pick for me because the stats that I looked at made the team I picked made the Broncos look better than the Steelers. And what Timmy said was right, but it's just their stats compared to the league. So it's not even just compared to those teams. So I think I picked the Broncos on this one, right? But
you did.
But their head coach makes me doubt that decision because I love their defense, man. Their defense always comes in hard.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go with the Broncos. I have to. Damn it.
Do you know
No
that
heart. No heart.
75% of the staff went with the Broncos on
well.
on this one?
All right, so I feel like I'm three.
No, you're
a loser.
yeah, 25%.
So I make
Yeah,
my
no,
comeback. See? Make my climb now.
I'm not gonna change. I went with the Steelers yesterday. I'm gonna stick with the Steelers. Like I said yesterday, if it all boils down to it, Najee Harris is the most explosive player on either side.
I know.
That's a grain. You take that with a grain of salt in football, but that's
it's a coin flip.
It's a definite coin flip.
Pittsburgh's
It's
at
a
home.
stay away.
Pittsburgh's at home too, so
that's why.
It's a really
If
tough
Denver
game
was
like
home, I might have to really think about it. But I'm just gonna go with Pittsburgh.
I feel like this is gonna be a close, boring game. That's what I feel out of this one.
I hope so.
13-10, 13-9, you know.
Yeah, with Ben
crazy.
like getting sacked like 7 times, and maybe
Broncos
he announces
winning
his
at the end.
retirement in the third quarter. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Damn,
If
now
only-
you're making it. It's a
If
sad
only-
game now. How you gonna
I
be
do,
playing
but-
Ben?
Well, look,
How are
if
we gonna
I
be
do
playing
think
Ben?
that I
In the
think
third
that if they
quarter.
had a reasonable backup, that they would start to kind of mix that backup in at least.
Terry
but
Bradshaw's in the booth. Terry Bradshaw's in the booth. He's ready to go.
He's ready. He's got the whiskey in one hand and the football in the left.
If you believe the rumors, win or lose, Aaron Rodgers is going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler next year. If you believe the rumors,
That would be sick. That would be wonderful. Because I like this. I like the Steelers. It's one of my teams in the AFC I like. But so that would be great.
And
I'd like to see him.
is Devontae Adams on a deal right now? Because I could absolutely that's a bromance. I could
yeah.
absolutely see him following in his foot if that transpires. And then if you get that, you got solid defense, an elite running back, an elite wide receiver, and an elite quarterback. That changes the entire dynamic of that division and
they
the
could
AFC.
easily find that tight end. They could easily find a pass catching tight end. Easily.
they have Ingram next year. Let them have Ingram next year.
There you go. Now you just doomed them to fail.
All right, let's continue on here. The Philadelphia Eagles. They head to Carolina to play the Panthers. Let's go Panthers. The Panthers are a 3.5-point favorite here. Aaron Darnold. Sam Darnold. Aaron Darnold.
I was going to say Aaron Darnold. That's the Rams.
What did I just do? What did
you combine them?
Yeah, I'm like John Sterling. What did I do wrong there? What did I?
So two players.
Yeah, it happens. Both Hurts and Darnold, top 10 in the league in combined passing and rushing yards. And like we said yesterday, Darnold leads the league in rushing touchdowns. Jets. He leads the league in 5 rushing touchdowns for Carolina. So 3.5-point favorite. We'll start off with you, Timmy, on this one.
Panthers at home. I love what I love what they're doing. They lose McCaffrey. They go out and sign 2 elite defensive players just to make sure they can hold teams under a certain amount of points. Great job by their coaching staff and their GM. They didn't go out and get a running back. They're like, no, we're good. We got 2 defensive guys. to get our defense going. So, yeah, great job, and I like the Panthers to win. Screw the Eagles. Brian Hunt sucks.
But Brian Hunt does suck.
I don't even know
says
Brian.
Eagles. You don't want to.
I don't even know him. I just say he sucks all the time. I feel bad for the guy after that.
No,
Every time I say it.
I don't feel bad.
Timmy, don't feel bad for that guy. Okay?
Okay.
If there's a guy to feel
say
bad
so.
for, it's not him. Trust me.
Yeah,
he's
he's that shit-talking fan.
Smile at you and cackle at you and laugh, like throw his head back with those big horse teeth that he has, and just laugh and laugh.
Hey, like this.
Now I need
and neigh. And
now I need a
neigh,
picture.
and neigh.
Now I need a picture. I don't even know what he looks like.
Just imagine a big donkey laughing.
Oh,
Like
God.
that. That's what he looks like.
Brian
Big
Hunt,
old
the donkey.
A big old donkey smiling, laughing.
Nice.
and Catherine. That's why Brian Holmes sucks. However,
He does
I'll
suck.
take it.
Brian
I
Holmes
pick
does
the
suck.
Panthers? I think I picked the Panthers, right, Farachi?
You sure did. You
Okay,
did go with
good.
the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm glad. Screw the Eagles. Brian Holmes makes me want to pick against the Eagles every single time.
For sure. For sure.
Donk it out.
If if McCaffrey comes back, this line's jumping up to 7
He's
or 8.
coming back.
Yeah, he's on. Let's see let's see how practice goes tomorrow. But they said he's looking good.
He's coming back.
So we'll see on that. Most people picked the Panthers here, except for Kyle. Kyle picked the Eagles.
That's the only reason the Panthers need to win.
Just to annoy
If
us.
there's one reason, that was just the reason.
Wait a minute, Eric didn't pick the Eagles?
Yeah, he did. I got down to so did Bert and Eric. So Bert, Eric, and Kyle all picked the Eagles. So it's just that Kyle hates the Giants more than he hates the Eagles. That's just what it is. And we all have our preferences, right? Titans fresh off a loss against the New York Football Jets. Head to Jacksonville.
Can't believe that happened.
And holy crap, if they lose to the Jets and Jacksonville in back-to-back weeks,
it's over. Season's
that's just stop playing at that point. Timmy, who you got in this one?
We had this conversation yesterday. I'm not taking responsibility for the Titans losing last week. I'm not, because I said they're just a bad team now. It goes
you picked them last week, didn't you?
Yeah, but it goes beyond a jinx. There's the Jets. Who picked the Jets? Nobody picked the Jets.
But you picked the Titans.
But I can't be blamed though. I can't. So if I would have picked the Jets, you saying the Titans would have won? No.
Yes.
No, they
Never
look.
know.
They look.
That's true. Timmy.
They look that bad of a team.
Who are you picking?
Why I am taking the Titans.
Damn it!
Because if they can't lose back-to-back games to these two teams, if they do, you're going to see some people getting fired. Tercio, what do you think of Sam Darnold being an all-pro
tell us.
quarterback after being given up? I am relaxed. I'm just saying I'm not taking responsibility for their for their loss last week.
You are.
That's an interesting thing. So wait a second. Timmy.
Right, now, wait. Here we go.
I know.
He's starting. Tercio, you are the guy who would rather see the Yankees lose than the Mets win, and that's goddamn pathetic. Don't get me started.
That's bad.
Don't get me started. Second of all, I'm already over it. Even though I'm wearing my shirt today, I'm still already over it. I'm over it. You got to move on with life. Can't let this stuff bother you.
I wear Met stuff all year round, and look what they've done to me over the years.
Exactly.
Done to us over the years.
It's been a long time since the Yankees have won.
To us,
but it's been a lot longer since you have, Tercio. Yes. In any sport. I hope you're a Knicks fan. And you haven't seen a championship since you were a teenager.
That hurts my heart too.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, but he's bringing it out. He's bringing it out of me.
No, he deserved that. Tercio, be nice. All right. So here's a good social experiment. Maybe we should make Timmy just pick Jacksonville and see what happens.
All right. But I don't want it to count towards my record then. If you guarantee me a win, and I will officially pick the Jacksonville Jaguars to win this game.
Then it's not fair. Then it doesn't matter because you're not doing
the universe doesn't like stuff like that. Let's stay away from it. But
you picked Titans.
But if the Jacksonville Jaguars win this game, then I will fully accept the fact that it was my
done. Fault. It is 100,000% your fault if that happens.
I will even send an email to the Tennessee Titans apologizing for their 2 losses in the past 2 weeks. And I'll show it to you, too. You think I won't? I will send them an email saying sorry that your team lost to the 2 worst teams in the league the last 2 weeks.
Just accept that it's your fault is fine enough for me. So let's see what happens. If we lose, because you picked the Titans too, right, Faraj?
I did. Everybody. I think everybody picked the Titans. I don't know how producer Joe's just said. I know he sent him, but I don't know.
This would be the biggest upset ever. Timmy, you would be like the evil god.
Weeks.
Jeez.
You would have power.
But maybe they will. They'll Titans will just back out the Brinks truck, and just so that you don't ever pick them again. It's just a
But at
one-time
least-
payment.
But
Here's
at least
two.
it's the Titans and not my own team. That would
Yes.
make me feel worse. At least it's
Yes.
just the Titans, some random team. So that's good.
No, and we'll show them proof that you're a jinx, and they'll have to pay you to stop picking them.
That's fine.
Yes.
I'll gladly do that.
That's a great thing.
Gladly.
How
do
much?
that.
Hey, just say how much is your negotiation? How much is a Super Bowl championship worth to you?
What's it worth
That's
to you?
it.
What's
But,
it worth to
make me
you?
an offer.
And I don't even want that much.
Make me an
It wouldn't take me barely anything to start to pick against them.
Don't be like Kramer though. You know he's gonna offer all that money for that hot coffee, and I'll take it.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare take it for.
Who told you to take the deal? I didn't tell you to take the deal.
I'll take the easiest deal they can give me. No problem.
All right, moving on here. We got the Browns fresh off victory in Minnesota, holding the Vikings to 7 points. Don't think it's going to happen this week. This is a potent, legitimate offense in the Chargers with a legitimate week in, week out quarterback that's going to get it done. Not like Cousins up there who's yo-yo up and down. I'll go first here. This time I'm going with the Chargers. On this one, no matter what Dave wants to talk about, the East is rising. He did pick the Browns in this one. But let's head down to Rodriguez. Who you got in this one?
I thought I picked the Chargers.
You sure did.
I think I did because, like you said, they are a very potent offense, and it's going to be tough for the Browns to hang in there. That's all there is to it. And they're at home.
Yeah.
It's even worse.
Elite quarterback, elite running back, elite wide receiver. And a good defense to boot. And you got Herbert has won 7 of his last 8 games.
They're young.
Quick, fast. Timmy.
I also went with the Chargers at home.
There you go.
Who else picked the Browns here? Did anybody else pick the Browns? Chargers, Raiders. Only Dave picked the Browns. That makes sense.
That makes sense.
The Bears, who put up 24 points in the last game against the Lions. This time around, they're heading to Vegas. Vegas is a 5.5 point favorite here. You got Justin Fields being named the quarterback moving forward. He had a nice bounce back game. I mean, I don't know where you can't go anywhere but up after a 1 yard performance in your first game. Where are you gonna go?
You could go worse. You could get worse.
Being the negative, just get sacked 7 times, get hurt, fumbled, get out.
Get put back in, get hurt again.
Just following the footsteps of Andy Dalton. So Raiders 5.5 point favorite here. We'll start with you, Timmy.
Yeah, I went with the Raiders at home. That Bears was a flop. It was a bullshit win last week.
Bullshit.
And I like the Raiders at home, especially rebounding after that loss last week.
Yeah. Rodriguez, who you got in this one?
Raiders, right?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Raiders.
100%. We all went with the Raiders. Again, that's without producer Joe. I haven't taken a look at what he just sent in late.
Producer
Tardy.
Joe.
Tardy Joe.
Mr. Tardy Joe.
And Terzio, you're right. I have a very hard time calling Raiders Vegas. Oakland. I had my favorite substitute teacher. I think I've told the story on here. Was really good friends with what's his name, the owner.
Al Davis.
Al Davis. Thank you. Obviously, they went to school. They went to school together and whatnot. And their paths went separate ways. One guy owning a NFL team, one guy being substitute teacher. But the really cool thing is that they kept in touch. They talked all the time, but he was tell stories. Anyway, I have a hard time with it also. I've been calling them Oakland. I still call the Chargers San Diego sometimes. But, I think we're all going to go with the Raiders on this one. Next up, big battle, NFC West. 49ers and the Cardinals. Cardinals are a 5.5 point favorite here. Do the Cardinals stay undefeated? I say yes. Rodriguez, what say you?
I say yay.
Yes, you do. You certainly do. So does Keith, and so does Timmy. So we'll continue moving on. I mean that like Timmy, you said yesterday, if you get even mediocre defense from this team. They're going to be a force.
They're scoring 40 points a game.
As long as they stay healthy.
They're good.
Yeah. All right. Next up, as we skip over our Giants. We'll do that at the last. Buffalo Bills head to Kansas City. Kansas City got beat there by the Ravens. This is going to be a great game. I think it's going to be game of the week material on that Sunday night. It's a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game. So, Timmy, who you got in this one?
I don't think they're going to shut anybody out, but I do like Buffalo to win this game. No shutout, but Buffalo's going to win in the end. They're just too goddamn tough.
If they shut out the Chiefs, just end the season, give them the Super Bowl rings now.
Yeah, they're not going to shut them out. But
you can't shut out the Chiefs.
I think it's going to be a high-powered, one of those shootouts that we're going to get, and I like Buffalo to come out on top.
Rodriguez?
Yeah, I think I picked the Bills, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, they're for real, and their stats they tell you something. They're tough. The Bills can win this game easily.
They have. I don't even think that they've hit their full potential yet. Like Stephon Diggs is just having he had a great game last week, but he hasn't put together a Stephon Diggs game yet.
No, it's like they're not. The only person he's really in sync with is Dawson Knox, the tight end. When he gets in sync with Diggs and Emmanuel Sanders and the running game gets going, forget it.
By the way, Saints, because Emmanuel Sanders wound up there last year. What the Bills are doing with Sanders, that's how Sanders needs to be used. Mm-hmm. Sanders was like a ghost last year after when he went to New Orleans. He didn't do much. He didn't do much there. Terja says the NFL will cry if the Bills get in the Super Bowl. I think that's a. I know you want a rematch, Chiefs and Bucks. That's what the NFL wants. But the Bills are an elite team with a crazy fan base, college atmosphere. The NFL will do just fine if Buffalo goes.
They'll do fine, but it's Brady.
I think I picked Buffalo and the Rams for the Super Bowl. I think that's what
I got Buffalo and the Bucks in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so this was kind of divided as you might expect. 6-6, Bills and Chiefs. 6 chose the Chiefs. 6 went with the Bills.
The Chiefs are still a good team.
Yes, they just don't have a defense to write home about.
If
this team, this is like Arizona. If they had a mediocre defense, there'd be no way to beat this team unless you're the Bills. Because I do think that the Bills are just a notch below the Chiefs right now. Just because you give the Chiefs credit for what they've done. Monday night football. The best 1-3 team in the NFL with a quarterback with 2 jacked up ankles, head to Baltimore to play the Ravens, who went into Denver and won last week. So Ravens are a 7-point favorite here. We don't have to go round robin. This is a clean website sweep. Everybody went with the Ravens. So now let's
never more.
Let's circle back as we begin to put a red and blue ribbon on this bad boy. Giants and Cowboys. Cowboys are a 7-point favorite. It is what it is. The line is where it should be. Yes, they're in Dallas. The Cowboys are on paper and, hate to say it, on the field, better team than the Giants. So the line seems good there.
You
but
say that in our face.
Well, I say it because the complete opposite of the Redskins. They were going to have that elite defense. The Cowboys having that shitty defense, but their defense has come around to play. That game was not as close as it was with the Panthers. A little bit of garbage time points there. So, Timmy, who you got in this game. We do the score for this one, as always, and then what do you think that maybe that one thing is that can lead the that could turn things around, lead the Giants to a victory to get their second straight on the road?
Well, I am picking the Cowboys. Unfortunately, they are at home.
Hmm.
I even said after that loss against the Falcons, I wouldn't pick the Giants the rest of the year, except for probably Miami. Yeah, I'm going to pick the Cowboys 31-17, maybe.
Wow.
Maybe somewhere around there.
That's a butt whooping.
It's a butt whooping. I'm sorry to say it, but you look at, again, I love our secondary. I think we have one of the best if they're healthy. But, you look at the receivers the Cowboys have. Now they have a running back, and I'm not talking about Fat Ewok. I'm talking about Pollard, who's I think is just a way better running back than that stupid asshole.
He's been much more explosive.
And it's like, great. Now
Timmy, don't hold back how you feel about Zeke.
No, I won't. I hate it. I think he's overrated. I think he's overrated as shit.
And he wears that uncomfortable looking jersey.
He wears a half shirt
up.
he wears a half shirt like a 1970s fucking lifeguard. And he got his money and he stopped playing. Sorry, but it's true.
What has he done
since he got his contract? He's done nothing, zero. And we always seem to hold him in check, which I think we can do. But now, guess what? Well, now we got Pollard playing a lot better. They got Schultz. We can't cover a tight end to save our lives.
Never.
This year hasn't been as bad. We've actually done a pretty good job with the tight ends this year so far. But Schultz, Prescott, Cooper, Slam. I mean, it's like, wow, ridiculous. And now you got to throw Micah Parsons running around like a maniac on defense. It's going to be very hard. But you know what? For the Giants, it's the same goddamn thing every week. We say every week, you got to protect Daniel Jones. You got to open a hole for Saquon Barkley. One of the things I wanted to say about Barkley was what was so good last week was he stopped, like you said, Rodriguez, he started running. He stopped making that extra move. He was making too many moves the first 3 weeks. Too many. Yeah. Cutting here. Stop. Just run. Run. Yeah. You like Forrest Gump. Run. Just fucking run the ball, man. Stop with the extra cutting and the extra, that looks like it's not going to be good. I'm going to cut. Yeah, you cut that way, and there's five guys waiting.
Burst right through, man. Burst right through the hole.
Go. That's what he should be doing.
He's like a missile, man.
Exactly.
He has to do that.
So the keys for us to even upset this team is said, first of all, you got to get pressure on Prescott. You cannot let him run free back there. Can't do it. Because he will eat you alive. I said you got four legitimate receivers, who can catch the goddamn ball. Two running backs, except for Fatty Ewok, who again, I don't think he's good at all. You got to stop him. You got to put pressure on him. You got to put pressure on him. Can't let him get comfortable. Hit him right away. Maybe he'll have a flashback from getting hurt last week. Last year, I mean. We're the ones who hurt him. We're the ones who hurt him, so maybe we'll have a couple flashbacks. That's my keys to victory.
Sorry.
You got to get to him. You don't get to him, it's going to be a 31-17 kind of day for us, which I am not looking forward to. But shit happens. Maybe we'll win. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Rodriguez.
Wow, you made me so sad, Timmy. Because this is the only one out of any of these games that I picked with actually my heart, which means you know who I picked.
Yep.
Because I'm just hoping that they maybe have learned a little something and they're able to protect Danny Dimes here, and they're able to take these guys on the defensive line of the Cowboys and just mash them up a little bit and dominate and start. And Shepard comes back and you get yourself another weapon, and I'm just hoping, man. I want to wear this jersey proud next week again. So I picked the Giants. Even though I picked the Giants, I'm not going to say anything else.
I hope I'm wrong.
You got a score on that, Rodriguez?
I believe.
What's the score on that?
If the Giants were to win, they really have to do something to Dak. So I'm going to pick 27-24 Giants.
Ooh. Another heart wrenching
nail biter.
A nail biting heart wrencher.
Yeah, I need a non-blood pressure game.
Give me 145-0, please. Just one.
That would be wonderful. That's like the old days. Give us a defensive line, Timmy, And you'll
That'll
see
be
the
December.
games come
That'll
back.
be December 5th at Miami. We'll shut them out 45-0. Hopefully.
That would be so nice. Farachi, that'd be great.
That would be outstanding. All right, so I do have the Cowboys in this one on the road. I just kind of to kind of stick with the theme of when you're playing your division teams on the road. That's what I calculate. I calculate a loss and versus whatnot. 28-21. That's what I got. I got 28-21 Cowboys.
They have to put up a good game against the Cowboys. You know, they have to. These guys are in our division. We have to let them know that we exist, and we're not going to get pushed around. And we actually have a chance to jump over them. So we have to play them well.
And that's a good point, Rodriguez. You say we have to show them that we exist, and Dallas has won 7 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams. So got to start turning. Got to get that turn going.
Mm-hmm.
But so all right, so that's the last game of the week. So that will do it for us this week. We'll go round robin on the way out. Any closing remarks other than please let's go Giants? Timmy, start with you.
Yeah, like I said, you gotta get pressure on that dude. Don't let him throw. I don't want to hear Kyle talk. Please don't let Kyle talk. I don't want to give any reason for Kyle to talk. I'm sure he's already running his mouth about the Dodgers, which was a cool walk-off last night. I actually got to watch it. But yeah, we don't need Kyle celebrating 2 sports.
He was so nervous yesterday. He was so
nervous. He probably will, He has a really good chance of celebrating this year in both sports.
Terzio, you're just poking the bear, man. You're just poking the bear. You're just poking the bear.
Oh, my God. Terzio, stop.
Did you not just watch the 86 Mets special?
Yeah.
Did you just not watch that?
Cocaine, no big deal,
Yeah, I guess Coke's okay.
It's a hell of a drug. Well, Rodriguez can't see the. I'm not displaying it, but Terzio said Yankees got a new mascot. He's dressed in a syringe needle. That's just and poking.
It's like so unprovoked.
But unprovoked. But wait a second, Terzio, with all
And you signed Robinson Cano, by the way.
Wait, hold on. That's where I was gonna go. You can't mention Cano and then go and the next one the Yankee syringe needle. Because Cano, don't you know? All right, Rodriguez. Any closing remarks? Don't you know?
Oh my God. I hope the Giant defense is as relentless as Terzio is to bug the hell out of Timmy. The Timmy versus Terzio feud is strong. And I hope the Giant defense is that strong. Because we'll win. We'll win this week, guaranteed.
But it's not that it's because it's random. It's like that's what's annoying. We're doing a show about wrestling, and Mets. Save it. I don't want to hear it. I don't care.
But you just said don't poke the bear, and I think he's really good at poking the bear. And now you know why Terzio is the next wife.
All right.
Somebody. Anyway.
So, hey, look, we're going to bookend this for the most part if you stop it on Sunday with great matchups tonight and a great matchup on Sunday night with Buffalo and the Chiefs. Let's go Giants in the 4 o'clock window on Sunday with can we just mute I feel like I just want to mute the game. Get Troy and Joe, the two biggest Cowboy fans in media. With Skip Bayless also.
Let's get the Mannings in there. Get the Mannings in there. That'd be nice.
Oh, the Mannings.
Terzio, it is all in fun. It's all in fun. It's all in fun. It really is.
See?
You poke.
We can all just get along.
But you poke.
Yeah, no, you certainly do.
He's going to say something in the next show. Within the next half an hour, he's going to say something.
The
A to Z program is coming up next, so... There'll be another show.
Eric's going to be talking about fucking dinosaurs or something, and this dude's going to pop on and just Yankees suck. It's like it doesn't make any sense. All right, you keep poking. It's all good. It's all good.
With my ex-wife.
With my ex-wife.
All right. So we will bid you adieu for this evening. We'll keep you posted in the We Stomped You Out group on Facebook. Of all the goings on, all the ups and downs that I'm sure are coming our way on Sunday.
Hall of Famer.
Hall of Fame, and maybe one day.
Hopefully.
Maybe one day.
Well, that'd be
all right. Great show, guys. We appreciate it. Terzio, we appreciate all the comments. Raul, as always, we appreciate you. And we'll talk to you guys next week. Let's go, Giants!
Peace out, guys.
Deuces.